This, my friends, is episode 210. It's Tuesday morning, and you are listening to Motivated Entrepreneurs Podcast. If you haven't already done so, please sign up, subscribe. By the way, it's free to subscribe as well. Most people, a lot of people think that you need to pay something to subscribe to a podcast. You don't. It's completely free. We come at you every single goddamn day. Okay, so today, what are we talking about? And when I first heard this, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And it's place a stop-loss order on your life. Now, what is a stop-loss order? I'm glad you asked. My wife is ringing me again. The stop-loss order is basic. A stop-loss is stocks and shares. Okay, so what you have, stocks and shares, for example, you might buy, shares in Disneyland at $20. I have no idea, by the way, what the price is. Even if Disneyland is on the stock market, I don't know. But you might buy Disneyland stocks at $20, right? And what you'll do is you'll put a stop loss in. And so you'll say, if we go down to 18, that means we are cutting out. That means no matter what, we're automatically selling our position. We're getting out our position. So you don't need to worry too much, because you know that if Disneyland stocks go down to 18, you will automatically sell. So therefore, it negates the worry. That's what stock brokers do. That's what people in the stock market do. That's what you do on Betfair Exchange and stuff, what I used to teach as well. And so it's called a stop loss. And as soon as I heard this, I was like, oh my God, I do it in the markets, in the stock markets. So why don't I do it in my life? Place a stop loss on your life. Place a stop loss on your worry. Place a stop loss order on your business. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, for example, I've got a self-storage facility, and every single day I get a report and says how much we moved in, how much we moved out, and what percentage full we are. And some days I'm happy, some days I'm like, oh no, I wish it could be better. But if I put a stop loss order and just said, right, I'm only going to worry about my business if it's 70% full. That's when I'm going to start worrying about my business, when it's 70% occupancy. At the minute, we're in 79% full. So I'm only going to worry if we drop by 70%. That's a stop loss order on worry for my business. So I'm going to start worrying only when it gets to this position. And a good friend of mine, a very, 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 very successful guy, I know he listens to this podcast. And so, I was going to say his name, but I don't want to say his name. And we was talking about his life and his money, and the fact that he's looking to do something to pivot and go into a different sector, different industry. And he's worried about capital and thinking that he's going to spend his capital before he gets into the market. And I said, hang about a minute, right? You've got an amount of money, so why don't you just don't worry about it? Because he's getting anxious and wants to do something now. And I said, all you've got to do is place a stop loss order, and say the stop loss order, I don't know, might be £250,000 in your bank account. So when you get down to £250,000 in the bank account, that's when you can start worrying. Yeah, he's in a very fortunate position, although that's not the exact numbers, by the way. And then when you get down to that number, then you know that's when you need to start worrying. But don't start worrying until you get down to that number. I just think it's incredible. We can place a stop loss order on all aspects of your life. It can be business. It can be, I was going to say relationships, but I'm trying to think of a way it can be with relationships. I don't know. But it can certainly be with worry as well. How much you earn in a month. It can work on so many different bases. And for me, I was like, oh my God, this is great for business. I'm going to place a stop loss order on my business. When it gets to a certain amount of percentage, that's when I'll start worrying. Or when it gets to a certain amount of revenue, that's when I'll start worrying. Maybe we might be taking £50,000 a month. Do you know what? I'll only start worrying when we get down to £40,000 a month. That's when I'll start worrying. That's my stop loss order. So how can you implement a stop loss order on your life to help you stop worrying? Because now I've done that, that's negated a lot of worry for me. And so hopefully you can take this story, this analogy, and you can position it to your life and make it helpful for you. I really do think it's beneficial. I thought it was fantastic. Again, I wish I had known who actually said it. I'm going to start writing down who said these things, because I want to give them credit as well. So there we go. Thank you for listening. I do appreciate you. And tomorrow we've got an interview, and Thursday we're talking about nobody kicks a dead dog. Yeah, nobody kicks a dead dog. All right, my friends. Loads of love and respect to each and every single one of you. Don't forget, attack the first hour of every single day. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.